All right. So, month 3 confessions, Medellin, Colombia. Colombia centered me in cherishing the power of positivity. It provided me happiness, joy, and joy with the sunshine, lush land, babbling brooks, delicious food, and of course the beautiful people. Like, legit beautiful. It challenged me with its hills and the intoxicating energy that actually ended up putting me into a slight negative depressed funk week 5, because that's how good it was. My most fond checkout of Medellin will have to be the concept around getting used to being drenched in sweat multiple times. Um, Bring extra underwear, bring extra bras, like get used to being hot and sweaty underneath. I am leaving Colombia a more educated, supportive, and proud person of the country and culture and of myself. They showed me what an authentic welcome feels like, and I look forward to bringing that along with my journey. Okay, so we just want to recap. Toodle toodle. I'm sitting on the 6th floor patio of the workspace here in Mexico City. The sun is warm, plants lush, and the construction loud and alive. My biggest appreciation from Colombia is the impact, possibility, and reminder of how big and quickly transformation can occur. I've never been in a culture so warm, welcoming, and proud of who they are. To hold hope for, I don't know, maybe other, to hold, to hold hope for people in the world to become more, I hope to hold space for people in the world to become more of that way. Wow, I need to go to writing skills. My takeaway from a personal bias perspective is that there is so much to learn about the true impacts of how racism impacts others' lives. Things I am completely unaware of that occur on a consistent basis that negatively impact others. And where I understand that I'll never be able to understand or empathize to the full capacity of how that impacts someone, I want to become more consistent in learning and becoming more aware so that I can be more considerate and be able to understand and connect with others of different ethnicities better. The food in Colombia was fantastic, super fresh, with a lot of vegetarian and vegan options. It made clean eating easy and helped a lot of the meat eaters in our group see how delicious the vegetarian and vegan actually can be. Um, it also had, I also appreciated the set lunch menus. It was a wonderful way to try local stuff in a smaller portion, which was a less risky commitment that way. And so as for variety, you would get a set thing of like a salad, a protein, a juice, a vegetable, and then like a treat, which was nice. Um, and as for variety, I think they nailed it. They had Turkish, Indian, American, Peruvian, Italian, you name it, whatever kind of food you like, you'll go there and be able to find it. Belief work change. This was definitely around business this month for me and what I'm capable of. It's easy to get in a spiral of not feeling enough, worth having a successful practice, or not making the impact I want to be making from both a personal and financial perspective. It's um, interacting. Oh, yeah, it was interesting to work through how money creates fear, scarcity, and stress. When that started to occur, I got to check in with my thoughts around who I'm being as an entrepreneur. I realized that I was operating on the belief that engineers are hard to, I guess, well, I don't even need to read this. What the thought I was saying to myself was that engineers are hard to get to commit to want to work with someone because they're so IQ smart. They have the logic, analytical mind that they will be able to convince themselves or like work through and logically present to themselves that they don't need help or they don't need to be able to connect with someone on a more deeper EQ empathetic way. Like that's what I was telling myself. And so here I am with this belief of the people I want to serve the most, engineers and or introverts. And I'm telling to myself that engineers are going to be hard to sign up because they don't they're not going to be able to justify that they actually need it. And introverts don't want to talk to people. They don't want to talk about their feelings. They don't even want to connect with people. So if these are the thoughts I'm telling myself, yet these are the people I'm like most passionate in serving and helping them show up in the world, can you see how creating clients is going to be difficult, Alyssa? Like, idiot. Um, so where I'm very passionate in helping people develop deep connections where they feel seen and heard, whether it's an introvert, whether it's an engineer, whether it's a teenager, right? I really got to see how I was doing that, why I was doing it, where it was coming from, and like really reflect on that and then move away from that. Because what it all boils down to is like fear, uncertainty, judgments. And none of those things are true for me. None of those things that I'm thinking are the actual truth. So that was a big sector in who I was being and where I was growing in Medellin. Um, my living situation, I was with Tuesday and Kevin, so I couldn't have had a better situation. I roomed with Tuesday my first month. I love her dearly. And it was good to get to know her more and meet her partner. He visited. With Kevin, though, so Kevin's perceived as the loud, reckless partier of the group. You can always count on him for a good time. But what I found out is when he's put in a different environment, he's actually quiet to himself. He goes to bed early. He wakes up, goes to the gym in the morning. He cooks himself food. And he thrives in situations to where we're having deep conversation on a couch in a small setting. And so that was really, really refreshing to kind of like see and be able to pull out an experience with him. Um, as for the group dynamic, I feel month 3 and 4, and I felt this going into it, is where we'll have our largest shifts as individuals. People are starting to feel more comfortable with themselves, with other people, and in the group as a group. So I feel that where people watching all our YouTube things thinks that it's just like unicorns and rainbows over here, but this program's actually really hard to do. There's a lot of managing emotions, judgments, relationships, and truth in a setting like this. You're constantly being triggered and you're constantly in contact with one another. So I feel like this month is the start of finding out like your real peer groups, like who you're really going to vibe with and connect with, as well as releasing the perceptions that you came into this group kind of like wearing as a mask, myself included, right? I feel like there are things about people that we do not know yet that I look forward to like getting naked with and being our true authentic self. Not actually getting like naked, but let's get rid of the perception in which we're holding. And this holds true for anyone out there. I feel like having a perception of who you want to be perceived as, whether it's in corporate, whether it's in a family dynamic, whether it's in a relationship, like it's a very real thing. So where yes, it's heightened because I'm traveling the world with 24 other strangers, you're likely doing the same thing in the setting in which you live in right now. And I'm more interested in why you're choosing to do that. What judgments do you have about yourself that you're fearing people to see? Anyways, let's wrap it up. The most special moments for Medellin, Colombia, for me particularly, included the movie night in the museum, or the movie night in the park in the museum, visiting the local festival or organic, holistic, vegan type market thing, um, hiking at Park RV, and then sitting on the deck. Oh, exercising on the deck first. I did that pretty much every morning. But then sitting with company on the deck and watching the sunset. What I'd like to focus on this month is generating clients, connecting and serving who are willing to those who are willing to expand in ways they're unaware of, being true to myself, my health, and my desires, and getting outside my comfort zone. Those are the things I'm going to focus on. People I'd like to get to know better in the group are Emma and Jamshed. I'm most excited for the Day of the Dead parade, puppy walking PI event, where we're doing it 2 times this week. I want to try to do it once a week. Eating an obscene amount of tacos in charity to get a water filtration system to a very, I don't want to say poor, but it is just a part of Mexico that doesn't have water system, and it's like restricted to where they only get like 20 liters of water a day. I couldn't imagine. So we're going to be keep a lookout on my Facebook or Instagram for pledging to pay me a certain amount of money per taco that I eat. And obviously the street music and parks. I didn't know Mexico City was like known for its parks, so I'm looking forward to getting in on that. And that's it. So leave me some comments below if you have any suggestions, questions. Now that you know I'm in Mexico City, I would love to hear if there's something I need to go do, something I need to eat and try. Let me know. And thanks for watching.